Yeah, yeah. What's happening? What's up? What's happening? Salutes to all the fella spiritual understanding, beautiful people of the world. I'm so happy to be alive and seeing this time. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, we got a marvelous show tonight because what we've been duped out of is to understand that the all is now. The now is right here, right now. We dealing with a conscious mind that is so vast and so beautiful and so awesome. It just blow your mind once you discover these things or rediscover these things. That this thing was hidden from us. The truth been hidden from us for a long time. And we had it all. We have it all right now. Right now we have it all. And we just in a limited consciousness and we can't fathom or understand what the greatness is and how beautiful it is around us and in us because we've been, been taught to be the underdog. Yeah, yeah, the underdog. That's why I put this Thursday night underdog madness. And we should be angry, but sin not. Don't get into the mindset of being angry at anyone because my theory is they didn't know what they was doing. And I'm gonna prove it tonight that it's like they had the information and didn't know what to do with it, so they just dissected it and hid it. And now the rich get richer while the poor get poorer because of the simple fact is they didn't want the ground to be leveled. See, this supposed to be a level playing field. You're supposed to be coming here to develop, to unfold your godliness. And without all the tools and all the things that you need, you won't properly develop. Really, you're going against the grain and it's slowly deteriorating you. But see, when you get in the time of infinite and understand that is everything we do in life is a state of consciousness. Everything we receive, everything we give, everything we think, everything is a state of consciousness. And in that being said, you have a vibration, a frequency of energy on every state of consciousness. So if they take you out of time and place you in a limited box, because that's what time is. It's abundance. It's a box. It boxes you in. When we live in an infinite being, they boxed us in to a limit. And that's what's so sad about it. But listen, you can get out of it because you got mind power. You got mind power. And you can get out of it. And don't let nobody tell you nothing different. You have the capacity to break through this. Why? Because you are connected to the divine mind. And the divine mind is omnipresent, omnipotent. It knows everything. So when you realign your beliefs and realign into oneness again, you will see the difference. But it take practice of meditation and it take practice of studying and finding truth and asking for the truth and ask to live in the truth. And then you will start realizing how beautiful this place could be and how much you could learn and unfold into this reality and expand. So we have to understand that People did it for a purpose, and it don't matter. We here to heal. It don't matter who did it, why they did it. What matters is we here to heal. And that's what we can do. If we take all our energy on focusing how to change within these emotions and feelings and all of these things, because you got to think about it. Even though you might be grown, you still got hidden emotions that happened when you was a child. And these things is playing continuously because life is happening simultaneously in the now, in the present moment. Your childhood is still in you. You ain't get rid of it. Your teenage years, you didn't get rid of that. Your 20s, your 30s, all of these avenues that you, states of consciousness that you graduated to, is still in you. If it was trauma, it's still there until you face it. Because time is infinite. It's not linear and it's not temporal. See, we've been placed in that limited mind, and it's causing people to suffer really bad. But the spirit is being pulled out. So relax and just sit back, and we finna enjoy this day. Let's start with the first one. Time. Metaphysical meaning of time. Time, the limitations of man consciousness of space. A day is a measure of time in the realm of effect. That's where we at. We in the realm of effect. The sidereal days is that period in which the earth rotates once on its axle. Man divides that period into seconds, minutes, hours, and thus invented time. Time is an invention of man. It's not an invention or a mind of God, the divine. Time is the measurement that man gives to passing events. The only power in time is that man imports into it. When man gets into the understanding of the absolute, he takes his freedom from all bondage of time and declares that time shall no more enter into the substance of his mind or body or affairs. And these people that sat down and understood that we've been bamboozled into this box we call time, then they understood the infinite. You can understand the infinite because the infinite is the light. This effect realm is the shadow. So what they did is try to imitate and make their own little schedule with months, hours, days, birthdays. We don't age. We don't even die. We don't have these just primitive ways of thinking. We are infinite beings. We are divine beings on a divine way. And so by them boxing us in, that's what they call the angels falling into from heaven. See, they gave us this thing called time to box you in. A lot of people, will have to come to understanding consciousness and how consciousness, you can't box consciousness in unless you put a limited thing on a person's mind. Let me say that again. You cannot box consciousness in unless you limit the consciousness of a person. Let me show you again what I mean. You see the limitations of man consciousness of space. And what they're telling you is you are at a limit, because once you get so far out there, time is going to block you in, because that's what's in your consciousness. But when your space has no limitation, no blocks or barriers or bondage, you can expand your consciousness. Well, what the benefit of expanding your consciousness? Now you tapping into the divine source of all good, of prosperity, of goodness, of health, of longevity, of rejuvenation, or divine success. This is what they blocking us from. Time is a block. You got to go to work at time, get off at a time. You blocked in. You can't do, okay, try to go to work and say, okay, I'm gonna work 5 minutes and go home, see what happened. And do that by a week straight, see what happened. They got you blocked in. When the infinite saying you are infinite beings, expand your mind. Everything you need, everything you desire, it's in you because you one with me, and it will manifest to you if you get out of this time frame. For real. Check it out. Listen what this brother say. Yeah, he was breaking it down, and I like the way he did it to let us understand that we've been played, bro.
No vast space either side of the now. The now is not a moment. These are new age ideas. They have nothing to do with truth or reality. Now is not a moment. Now is eternity. The ever-present, not the everlasting. But when that now is filtered through the limitations of the mind, it appears as time. The mind is like a prism which refracts the now, which has no dimensions, into a single dimension. Now is not a moment.
And see, that's what the deal is. If you understand what he was just saying, that our being is so powerful, we in this present where the absolute is present with us at all time. There's no tomorrow. Tomorrow don't even exist. We've been thinking, boy, we've been in this one day for ever, seem like. But here's the thing, that's the game. You infinite spiritual being. First, you got to detach from thinking and believing that you are this physical body. That's another block. And so we have to understand that our mind and our consciousness is so powerful that we can raise our conscious awareness at any given time. And what it say, if you condemn something on this earth, is condemned in heaven within you. So what it's saying is you can take back your authority of time. We're gonna get to that, but what I'm saying is you got to understand that you are connected to the all, and that the all is infinite. And if you are connected to infinite, you right here in time. I mean infinite, not in linear time or temporal time like they gave us. It's not that. Sure ain't. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. The outer division of time into minutes, hours, days, weeks, and so on and so forth are man-made. From the spiritual viewpoint, there is no such thing as time in the way that man has come to regard it. With God, 1,000 years are as one day, and one day is as 1,000 years. Now I want you to wrap your mind around that, because they say that all the time in the church. You know, a day is like 1,000 years. Yeah, you say that, but break it down. Let me understand what you mean by that. Well, I'm finna tell you what it is. This divine place where we are right now is a consciousness. This body don't exist. Nothing around us exists. We in consciousness. We in the divine mind of what we call God. And its thought form is infinite. It's infinite. And we thinking earthly or temporal, and we missing the flow, the currency. We missing it because the box of time has our mind on this level, and we supposed to be up here because we spirits. And that's the trap. Time is an illusion. The way they gave it to us, it's an illusion. Let's go back to it. Okay. Time signify the measure of events. The events are the main thing that should always be recognized. Else, the measure of time of them assumes undue importance. Division of time signifies degrees of unfoldment. Men have gone insane working with Daniel time and times and half a times, and other prophecies such as the 24th chapter of Matthew, trying to calculate by literal interpretations of scriptures the date on which the world would come to an end, not discerning the spiritual meaning of these writings. All these come from believing man's idea of time to be a reality. Eternity is not an endless number of years, and things that are spiritual and eternal cannot be measured by days and months or years. One can overcome the spirit of hurry by quickly declaring, I am not in bondage to any false idea of time. I, with God, inhabit eternity, and the divine order of God's universal manifests in my mind and in all my affairs. And that's how you regained it. You regained it by denying this time. And if you deny this time and affirm eternity, that I live and I move and I exist in eternity, then guess what? You finna go to a paradigm shift. See, if you think you're not in eternity right now, you're gonna miss the mark. You gotta deny these time frames, that the birthdays and holidays and these events and the cycles that they don't taught us and everything. You got to know all that, and then you will find yourself living in a space where you don't even know what day it is, what time it is, what it is. You just moving. You just being. You just being. And that is a beautiful place to be. I'm telling you, that is beautiful. And it's so peaceful. In that, when I declare that I'm infinite being, living in infinite time with the divine, it just smoothed out. Everything smoothed out. I ain't in no hurry. I ain't in no rush. It's always joy. It's just a beautiful thing. And so when you get hold of these states of consciousness, you got to cleanse and grow. You missing some of the beautiful things that the Creator is offering us. It's right here, right now. Even let me show you. and people look over this scripture many times, but I'm gonna show you something that they will walk all over this scripture and just go to the latter part of it, but they won't show you that one word that'll change the whole thing about where you at, you know. Now just check this out. I'm gonna show you this scripture. See, it's like let me see. It's like okay, it don't matter. You see this word right in front. It's a noun. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It's a noun faith. I'm going to keep saying that. Noun faith. Noun faith. See, this is the game. If you walk to the average day Christian and ask them about that scripture, they will say faith. They're gonna walk over the now. Well, why? Because now mean right here, right now, present. It ain't nothing out before you, ain't nothing after you. Right now. Right now. You supposed to be blessed and highly favored, cup runneth over, however you want to say it. You supposed to be successful, prosperity every way. Right now. You ain't got to wait until you leave this place. Time has got you bound down. And once you fill your consciousness with truth, the seed of life is going to grow and you're going to connect, but you need to be in the infinite mindset or condition of it. Let's go right here. And see, good day, fam. I see you in there. I see you in the chat. I just looked over there. Good day. How you doing today? Yeah. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. Let me see if I can find the 100s. There they go. Yeah. That ain't in there. But see, what we have to realize is we are infinite beings. And if you ain't caught on to the game by now, you still closed-minded to your potential and the universe potential, you know? And that's what we got to catch on to, that we infinite beings. And we in infinite eternity right now. They just made us think and made us believe that we ain't. Yo. And we are. And you got to understand this. Because if you don't understand this stuff gonna go over your head. If you don't understand that you are infinite, you are connected to the source of life. If you don't understand that, leave a comment in the chat, and then I'll work a video where I could show you that you connected already to infinite. But if your consciousness is blocking you, your subconscious mind has been fed a bunch of lies so you can be blocked in this time. Your mama and them told you get up at 6 and go do this, and then at school they rung the bell. Time is an illusion in infinite water. It's an illusion. When man created this, what we call time, he took us out of the consciousness or awareness of our infinite power and being. And then he forced you to buy into it. Now your belief faculty believes it, and now you pushes time. Everybody, you got to be on time. Do this on time. Bro, it don't work like that. And infinite, finite. Eternity don't work the way they telling us. The way they showed us and the way they presented is to keep you in a limitation. And as long as they can keep you limitless, you can't tap in. So if you can't tap in, you can't create for yourself. You can't unfold this magical, mystical power that is in you. Because you need all the attributes of the absolute. Let's go here. You need all of it. And that's what you got to get. And if you don't get it, you can't say the Virgo didn't try to tell you.
Bring anything from yesterday here. You know, nobody can do it. You know? It's only an impression, like the clouds. They are passing. Life is only about now. There's no such thing as tomorrow. No one has ever experienced tomorrow. Whatever we think tomorrow is, it has to be experienced in the now. And it is the quality of the now, how rich, how pure, how lived, how true is the now. That it becomes the fragrance of your presence. Now has no history. It has no biographies in it. It's not about what we have done and da 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 da, and it is just the purity of it, the quintessence of all that is in you, exuding itself. It's only been in the now, not the now of time, not the now which is a break between the then and the was. You know, it's not a time quality. The now is eternal. It's timeless. Now never passes. It doesn't come. It's just here. When we remove or leave aside all this thing of the mind, you're here in the now. You know, and it's not boring. It's not stagnant. It's total completeness. The now beyond time and the here beyond place or geography is pointing only to the presence, which I call the presence of God, which is the true nature of human being. That's
the true nature of human beings got to be in the presence of God. You can't be outside of God no kind of way. The true presence of God is your natural nature. And people will tell you, well, God is in heaven. Well, the heavens is in with you. And time, as we know it, it don't exist. Not the way they told us. It don't exist. And when you, like he say, when you get away from the lie they told us about time, now you breaking out of the box into infinite consciousness. And that's one of the most beautiful things. I don't know about nobody else. You know, Bob Marley used to say it all the time. You know, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. In this case right here, everybody want to go to heaven, but they don't want to sit down and change. It's just a transformation. It ain't nothing wrong with it. And people will not understand. Let's go here. Let me show you what the infinite gave me to show y'all. See, we got to understand people just didn't sit down and just make this stuff up. It was experienced by people. People has passed this type of information on for decades. And only the elite has this kind of knowledge. But listen to what it say. Metaphysical meaning of Sabbath. Sabbath, the true Sabbath is that state of spiritual attainment where man ceases from all personal efforts and all beliefs in his own work and rests in the consciousness that the Father abides in me, doeth his work. When we understand the true spirit of Sabbath, we cease to follow prescribed rules laid down by a church or open our mind to God rest and peace. We rest from outer work, cease daily occupations, and give ourselves up to meditation or the study of things spiritual. That's what the Sabbath is. And that is in infinite water. The Sabbath is kept anytime we enter into spiritual consciousness and rest from the thoughts of temporal things. We let go of the external observations of days because every day is the Sabbath on which we retire into spirit and worship God. Let me read this one more time. We let go of the external observations of days because every day is a Sabbath on which we retire into the spirit and worship of God. Oh my God. When I tell you it's real and it's for you, if you got a living soul in your body, you got breath in your body, it's for you. It's for you. And what people will go down the rabbit hole and follow the crowd instead of changing and being who they are, they will keep going down the path of ignorance because transformation and newness, it brings about a fear. Well, guess what? If you declare that you infinite being and that you are in the presence of the infinite divine God, no matter what you call it, and you in that presence, that peace that will come and it will guide you and it'll take you out of that mess of thinking, because we better than what we have been told, and time is one of the games that they played on us to put us in a spiritual headlock. Bob Marley say, listen, you got to get your mind right. That's what the trick at. Your mind ain't right. You ain't thinking finite. You ain't thinking I'm above all of this. I created all of this. I'm of this world, but I'm not in this world. You ain't thinking on that level. And when you get the information, boy, I dare you to ask for truth, spiritual truth, and see what happened. Your whole being gonna change. I'm telling you, you're gonna change because the truth is already in you. Eternity is already in you because God is truth, good, life, everything, and it's already in you. But you gotta remember that, and you gotta be bold enough and have faith and courage enough to walk in that. It's simple. It's really simple. It's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. Shall live. Man, I tell you, a lot of people gonna see these shorts because this is what they're gonna turn into, shorts anyway. But I want people to engage so they can get some good information. But if they don't, that's fine. We gotta keep moving on. We gotta keep moving on because it's so many peoples around this continent. They know. And the people that's running this world,
Conscious mind does not adhere to time.
They know.
Manifestation. You have to understand, manifestation is internally shifting to a degree to which you are no longer. You have to understand that the subconscious mind doesn't adhere to time. I repeat, the subconscious mind does not adhere to time. Time is an illusion that only exists within this third dimensional realm, but your subconscious mind, the aspect of you that is closest to the infinite potential, infinite intelligence, or the or God. And bear in mind that particular aspect of you is above the illusion. So time isn't something that exists in the subconscious mind. So technically, your childhood experience is actually playing in your head right now. Going back to the example that I gave earlier, it's silently playing in the background of your life in ways that you're even unaware of. And because it's just silently in the background, other people can hear it. Just understand this: your frequency speaks before you've even spoken. That's to borrow that down. And that can be extrapolated to the people you meet, the opportunities that you want to materialize, the deals, the jobs, the romantic relationships, whatever. Your frequency speaks before you've even spoken. And that frequency will begin to alter each and every aspect of your world that you walk in to be reflective of it. And the other thing is that the mind can't distinguish between reality and imagination. It can't. And because it can't, that allows us to take advantage of alchemizing the experience that you went through. You have to understand that.
See, we are so uniquely and wonderfully made. The subconscious mind has no filter. It has no filter. So what you deem to be true, and you keep hearing it, believing it, the subconscious placed it in there. So your past got to catch up to you. All the things that you believed in the past, all the things that you say that you experienced in your waking state is now manifesting as beliefs in your subconscious. And it's steady running. It's steady running. You so unique that you can grab information from any place because you are spiritual. You're not just this physical. This is an extension of us. This body is just an extension. And time is right now. All of this is happening. Your childhood, your adulthood, your old age, your age now, all of this is happening right now because you're infinite. Let's go to this lady. And it's some people, it's going to be hard to believe, but once you start studying and really asking spiritual questions and really understanding that you really want to get out your mindset out of this, it's going to make sense what I'm saying. See, it don't make sense to a lot of people now because the simple fact is they ain't read the stuff I read.
It's existing, if that makes it any clearer. The ETs said time is an illusion. They said mankind is probably the only species in the universe that's found a way to measure something that does not exist. Leave it up to us to figure out a way to do something. But they said we'll never travel in space as long as we are trapped in time. And we are trapped in time. One day after the other, 1 week after the other, we have to be somewhere at a certain time. So this is only an illusion we have created for ourselves. So if you go deeper, you find out all of these lives are existing at the same time. I don't know if that's sunk in yet. I'm going to give you something else that'll be a little deeper. Is this okay? Because I never know how much people can handle, and I definitely don't want to overload your brains. Just, I would say, treat it as mind candy. Just an interesting thing. You can take it or not when you leave. Say, well, okay. But at least I'm presenting it out there, what I found anyway. How can everything...
See, it's so many people is understanding. And that's what when I first walked into this knowledge of understanding the universe and divine mind, and I was like, wait, that ain't what I've been taught. For a little boy, I grew up in the church, and my grandmother and mother, they carried me to church. We did Easter and Christmas and all these make-believe things, and we did all of them. And that was stuck in my subconscious mind for years, until one day I ran across somebody that I admired, and the information, I was ready for the information, and my subconscious was wide open, and he filled that my subconscious with new information that carried me to a whole nother direction. And so this is what this information should do for many, because we are finite beings, and we've been treated like we human beings. Even in the scriptures that say that ye are gods, but you should die like men. Oh my God. Say you would die like men. Why? Because people will ignore this information. It's fun. That's what you got to remember. When I get a kick out of doing this, I get a kick out of learning. And now I get serious sometimes, but majority of the time I'm having fun with it because I'm free. I'm free. I'm free from the headache. And that's what I try to tell people. Once you get into a place where you just no longer internally in bondage, man, you talking about something feels so good. Oh my God, I feel wonderful. If I can't get no more, I feel that wonderful. And that's the way you're supposed to feel. And because once you close to your divine source, you're supposed to feel good. You're supposed to be worry-free. You're supposed to be able to travel and live and be and do and have whatever you want. You're supposed to be able to command things to be in your favor. Everything's supposed to be working for you, not against you. And that's what I try to tell people. This is, for me, learning this information has made my life so lighter. So, and I'm saying this because I love my fellow peoples, and I want them to get some of this. Because once you do, you're on a journey. And once you see it, you ain't going to be able to look back. Ain't no way you're going to go back. I'm telling you what I mean. Listen, freedom, okay? Freedom. The quality or state of being without thoughts or restraint, bondage, limitations, or repressions, having a sense of complete well-being. I'm going to read that again. The quality of a state of being without thoughts or restraint, bondage, limitation, or repressions, having a sense of complete well-being. It is a result of regulating one's life according to principles, not according to what anyone else may think or say. We can never know the full meaning of freedom until we abide in the Christ consciousness. Without prayer and spiritual meditation, there can be no concept of spiritual freedom and therefore no demonstration of it. It is gained only through spiritual development, gained in long hours of commune with God in the silence. Liberation from bondage comes as we seek first the perfect mind of Christ. If therefore the Son shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. And what I want you to understand, it is gained only through spiritual development, gained in long hours of communion with God. And that's the whole thing. If your time is well spent with the divine, then you can develop the Christ consciousness. You can develop the consciousness of wealth. You can develop the consciousness of health, the consciousness. You can develop all 12 faculties. You can develop. When you in time, you can't do what you need for a spiritual and a well-balanced life. And when you in time, you in bondage. And you're going to be gods, but you're going to die like men because of that fear to break free. Just like they said back in the day, get out the box, think out the box. What that mean? Put your mind out of the box, and then you're going to get out of the box. But if you keep your mind in the box, you're going to stay in the box. Well, if you in the box of time and you're afraid to throw your mind over that wall of time to get everything out of there, then you're going to suffer. And that's how I go. You got to be brave in this situation. You got to be really brave, and it takes faith to walk this walk, divine walk. I'm telling you. And this is beautiful. Just think about it. God wants you to have a luxurious life. God wants you to have money to travel, money to sit down and read a whole novel or two, have elegant dinners, travel to elegant place and see different things all over the world and experience a beautiful experience. Well, all of that helps you unfold your spiritual self. But if you stay in this one town all the time, just go to Longhorns to get some dinners on a Friday, and you in a box because you ain't got time to fly to Puerto Rico because you got to be back at work on Monday. You don't have time to fly to Paris. Why? Because you're in a box psychologically. And the box is time. Just go frantic and go crazy one day and just say, okay, I'm going to get me a plane ticket to Acapulco, Mexico, and I'm going to stay long as my bank account will let me stay. and see how your life changed. Oh my God. I'm telling you, you got to be willing to get out of the box. And I know it's going to be foreign to people because belief is a poison. It is a divine poison, just like time. You both of them now. Listen, let me say this: belief can be used both ways, and they knew that. See, they knew to make you believe what they want you to believe, but you also can believe in the unseen substance that's all around you that you're walking in, and you also can believe in the unseen spirit that you in, and you can also believe in the unseen divine mind that moves all of those things, and even you can believe, okay, but belief graduates into faith. Then faith graduates into knowing. Then knowing graduates into confidence. And confidence, well, trust, then confidence. And all of this is a step of you unfolding your spiritual self. It's not nothing to be afraid of. Everything in you, everything you are is infinite, all good. The word God is a German word, gut. Okay? And what they did is took out one of the O's and made it God, but it's really all good, all loving. They don't made us see. This is the thing. They made us fear God when the word fear is talking about awesome or awe, because awesome come from the word awe, and fear does too. So they put the word fear, and it ain't that. Because they wanted you in time. And when you in time, they can keep you in line. When you in time, oh my God, they can keep you in line. See, that's what you got to remember. You got to understand that this game being played, but you got to play the game by renewing your mind, by studying, by meditating, by learning, by traveling, by understanding your worth, by understanding your where you at right now, and you in infinite water, you in infinite, everlasting, divine, spiritual. That's why I say you never leave me nor forsake you. How could it? Ain't nowhere else to go. You in it. You in it for life. That's it. Ain't nothing else but God. Where can you go? Nowhere. 139. Go read that Psalms 139. Ain't nowhere you can go. Where else could you go? Where could your soul go? Think about what I'm just saying. There's no other place but in God. Think about it. Just sit down and just think, where could I go? You can't go to Mars. You can't go to the moon. You can't go to the sun. You can't go to Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, Venus. You can't go to none of them places. But all them places is in you because you are one with the divine. And I really think there was a states of consciousness too. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, you are one with the divine. And the portion of the divine is you having a physical experience. Like I said on the other line, we the feet and the hands of the universe on this plane, the mind. Man is mind. And so when we get into details and we know that time don't exist and that we moving and grooving in a infinite or finite being, then we can slow down. We can meditate and be grateful all day long. Just be thankful. Just, man, trying to learn, trying to feel. And you can feel the present. Just sit down long enough. You will feel it. It'll be all over my head. Just feel it. It's good. So what I'm saying is the trap of time is a trap. Everything happening right now and everything that you did when you was a child is already it's happening. It's still playing in your mind because it's consciousness. Even though it's not where you at right now, but it's playing. And then you was right here when you was 10. Then that 20-year-old still playing, that 30-year-old still playing, that 40-year-old, wherever you at, it's still playing. You can't hear it, but it's in the background playing. Because we spirits, we look physical because our 5 senses make us look this way. And the nervous system make us feel these things. But we're not. So when we understand that time don't exist, then guess what? We are infinite. No time, no measurement. You can't measure it. It's measureless. Because that's God. We ain't God. That's how beautiful it is. And I'm going to show you how these authors, and I'm a type of person that I don't trust much, but when I meditated on this, I always got led back to this meditation metaphysical meaning of bondage. Bondage, undo, attachment to thoughts impersonal. See, you got to undo attachments. You got to unattach yourself in person because that is the trap. Also, you attach thinking you personal consciousness, such as race. You believe you are part of a race. You believe you're part of a class system. You believe you were part of a class of sex or age. We're coming back to age. Or personality. You believe all these are all belief mechanisms. But the true fact is you ain't none of this. When you separate, or what it say, undo attachments, detach from these things. Detach and see how you feel. See it. Whatsoever that thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. So why is it telling you that? Why would it tell you to bind race, bind class, bind sex, bind age, or personality? Because those are beliefs that you've been forced to believe or wanted to believe, whichever way it went, but you believe them things, and these things are running in your consciousness, and it is causing you to be in bondage. Let's go to this word right here, age, because we're talking with time in that category. A cycle or a dispensation. Jesus was acquainted with cycles or ages of spiritual development, which the natural man knew nothing. Jesus came at the end of an age to a mortal man, is the measurement of life or existence of a person or things. It is based on the false concept of time and reality. What is the signal of your presence and the completion of this age? And see, these folks don't put all this complexity and put us in these categories, and we was forced. Listen, you just didn't pick this up. It was forced on you from a young child. And by being forced on you, your eyes and your sensories start believing your surrounding, your environment. And guess what? By you having that family bond, you weren't able to say, I'm a spirit. Because you lost your consciousness or who you truly are when you came into this realm of effect. So then when you came into this realm, everybody say, you a little baby, you so cute. You're a human little baby. So beautiful. But then nobody say you was a spiritual baby. Okay. Now, by you coming in here, now you trapped in the what we call time. And now you gotta walk in this time because that was taught to you to believe that this time exists. But it comes a time, like David said, once I was a child, I thought like a child. Now that I am a man, I think like a man. It's going to come a time when those childish beliefs of time and in this body and personality and sex and ages and birthdays and all this stuff going to come to you, and you're going to say, that is baloney. I'm a divine, eternal spirit. I'm growing into my natural nature of spirituality. And you're going to put them childish things aside. That's how they're supposed to work. And it's going to take some people. Now, when I get down to the bottom line of it, I'm going to realize and figure out why they did it. Because the truth going to reveal itself. As you get closer and closer to the divine truth, the spirit start revealing things that you can handle without losing your spiritual integrity, if you will, because you don't want to get on a high level and then crash out because you found out something that don't rub you right. But once you get into the spiritual realm, all things becomes small to you then because you don't expand it. What you then become more sympathetic or empathetic. That's what's happening. People realize they can simply just step out of time and you in the source, you in the vortex. When you step, listen, when you step out of time, you know how the birds make that vortex when they be flying over. When you step out of time, of believing time, you step into the vortex of eternity. Now, the current of flow, the now. I want that. I want to be over here. I want to do this. I want to meditate. I want to be happy. I want to, whatever you desire is yours. Anything that you need to develop and unfold is yours. It was a passage in the Bible say Jesus couldn't do no miracles because Jesus couldn't do no miracles in his hometown for unbelief. For unbelief. Well, and it's also say, by the measure of your faith, that's how you should live, by the measure of your faith. Well, in order for you to become wealthy, healthy, successful, leave a foundation for your kids and children and just live a fabulous spiritual life, you got to believe in the unseen. And you got to believe that you in the wrong spot when it comes to what we call time, because the infinite time, what they created, time is in the infinite, okay? But it's a belief that man has created for other men. So when men understand that, guess what, boy, we've been believing in this. Anything you believe in that is good, that is bad, it's going to manifest. Why? Because you got the power to manifest anything and everything. Even the good get manifest and even the bad get manifest. But if you in a limited amount of access, you can't expand the consciousness and be in consciousness well-being because you limit it. And the only way you break them chains of bondage, you got to step out of time, because that time ain't meant for you. That time is limiting you in the expressions of the divine, that the stuff that the universe really want to put at your front door, in your bank account, in your divine mind, the things that you really can use on this earth and in your subconscious mind need to be cleansed out and renewed. All of these things, it's a limited because your belief is limited. Let that sink in now. Whatever you believe that 9 to 5 is going to take care of you for the rest of your life. You believe you get 62, you retire and live off that. See, them folks that got millions, they believed in the infinite. You ain't got millions because you don't believe in something greater than that. And your belief is only measured in that. And so what we have to do, all of us, we have to get out of that time and get back into the infinite waters and let our consciousness expand, read much as we can, meditate much as we can, and expand, and our health get better. We get closer to the divine, the connection and the protection and the guidance and the love and the prosperity, all of us start going one way. I'm going to tell you, one guy can tell you better about prosperity. Is my main man. We're going to bring him on. Let's bring him on. That's my main man now, boy. Let me go. Let me see. Let me put it right here because let's get this right. My main man. Here's another one, boy, I listen to. This old. Now listen. This man, it looked like it's probably in the early 70s or the late 60s. This man is speaking this truth about the mind and the power of the mind to get out of certain things. But listen to what he's saying.
move your hands as I move mine. You see, this impresses your subconscious mind. And when you impress your subconscious mind with ideas of success and prosperity, then out of your subconscious mind, out of the presence of God in you, out of your positive belief, success and prosperity will flow. So repeat this after me, and these are the words of Reverend Ike. Mind power is success power. Mind power is prosperity power. Mind power is the way to green power. I want you to move your hands as you say that.
And see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. With the mind, we have the power to make our life a heaven or hell. And I'm finna point up, but heaven or hell. We have the power to do that. And the way we have to do, we got to get all of the old beliefs and bring in the new, because this is new to you. But once you understand that it's a part of you already, it's going to get familiar as you grow and weed out all that belief that they done told you. Listen, everything that is out here is what somebody told you, and you helped created this by believing in it. By putting your energy on what they told you, you create your outside world. And it could be a vast outside world, or it can be a limited outside world. And what you believe about yourself and believe about your creator and about your mentality and your mind and your spirit is the outcome of your life as this on this physical experience. So if you change the inside to be one with infinite, now what you just did, you don't set a pathway of consciousness to open up for eternity, a broad pathway psychologically, mentally, spiritually. You don't open up. But if you say, guess what? I probably won't live to see 75.
Oh my God.
Them folks ain't gonna give me no $500,000. Everything don't belong to God. We gotta work for everything we get. Money evil. Boy, you limiting yourself. And the time is got the block over everything, because you're looking at it from a temporal place when you should be looking at it from a spiritual eye, that I'm infinite. Infinite mean ain't no time. So tomorrow I could wake up with $2 or $3 million. I can wake up getting ready to fly to Okinawa. I could get up the next day and fly to Paris. Listen to what I'm telling you. Time put limits on your abilities. And it put limits on your finance, your health. It's no good for you. Get out of time and get back into finite, in eternity, and think on them levels, and things will open up, because that's what you are. Now you matching the environment that you was meant to be in. We ain't meant to be in no cage called time. You weren't meant to be there. And the captors know that. The people that got you in this mental headlock, they knew it. They understood. They said, well, boy, we finna make this thing so difficult and so hard. When they started in the 1800s, I'm finna tell you my theory, because my theory is this. It was peoples on this planet knew that God presence, we always in God presence. We ain't moving no backwards and we ain't moving no forward. Tomorrow never exists. Ain't no 7 days. Ain't no 30. Ain't no months. Ain't no months and all of these things that these folks knew that we was in infinite, divine, spiritual heaven already. They already knew that. But somebody came along and said, let's break this thing down, because if we unalive all the elders, all the people that know how this system worked that they in, we unalive them and take all the babies, and then we start anew and we can implant this system around the world. Well, how did they do it around the world? Well, the old system, that was set up, it was already connected. They used the old stuff and reconnected and decided to framework this time, space, and all of these things and make people believers. You get me? So the theory is you unalive the elders, the teachers, the scholars. You burn all the books that can point to the divine in front of you, that you in infinite water for protection. You can't call on protection if you don't know you got protection. You can't call on wealth if you don't know you got wealth. You can't call on any provision or surplus or opulence if you don't know it exists. And you're too tired and thirsty. Thirsty. Oh my God. Because they want to make you tired and thirsty. They can get you that way. So listen, understand that you are infinite spiritual beings. And you connected to everything that you see, to everything that you can't see, to everything, and everything is already yours. It's right here now. It's right here now. And once you come to that realization or that consciousness, it'll start boop, boop. With that being said, know thyself, love thyself, and be true to thyself. Peace.